What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back again with some more Ultra League action. Gonna be using Charizard again today with that same team. Really wanted to try and get in some good sets, and in trying to do that, I sort of thought back to using Typhlosion in Season 1. And Typhlosion did really well when it had either a shield or energy advantage, and especially well with both. So that's really what I'm going to try and go for today, and how I'm going to try and guide my Charizard play is trying to get Charizard in with a shield or an energy advantage. So let's go ahead and get into the videos. So I've still been having some issues where I'm dropping fast attacks for reasons that I don't understand. So that's been a bit frustrating, but here we're catching an Empoleon on the lead. This isn't great for us. It's not a good matchup for anybody but um, Obstagoon, really. So gonna switch into Obstagoon and then go for this Gunk Shot, really hoping that they don't shield this. And they don't. This is really good for us, able to take out the Togekiss, but we're still in a tough spot because that Empoleon is going to do really well against our back line. And they bring in Giratina here. Going to be going for the Night Slash, hoping to start getting shields. We don't get a shield, but that's all right. Going to come back in. I really have no choice here but to come back in with Cresselia, uh, and then hope that my Charizard can deal with the Empoleon. Not going to shield the Shadow Sneak. I'm really going to need those shields for the Hydro Cannons from Empoleon. Moonblast coming through, hoping to get this through, but expecting them to shield. They do shield, but we get the debuff, so that's very good for us. Again, not going to shield on my Cresselia. Need to save those shields for Charizard. And then going to be building up to another Moonblast. They go ahead and swap. That's okay. I need to drop this Moonblast because I need to get the attack debuff. I think that's my only win condition here. And we do get the debuff. So we're going to go ahead and toss up a shield on our Cresselia. We want to preserve the health. And then we're going to switch into Charizard. And we're just going to commit to the farm down with Charizard. He's going to take a lot of waterfall damage, but Empoleon is not able to charge energy quickly, so we're just going to go farm him all the way down, and these fire spins are neutral, so now we should have basically 2 saved Dragon Claws here, and we're going to fire them off right away against this Giratina. We do get them off back to back, which is good for us. Really hoping to get to one more. We should be able to get to one more, I think. And oh, we aren't able to get to one more, but we do force them to use their energy. So that's actually even better for us because we should be able to get to this Moonblast. And this Moonblast is going to take out the Giratina. So really close match. My opponent did everything right. The only reason I won is because I got the debuff with Moonblast on that Empoleon when they came in. And I also got it on the Giratina. So I have talked before about how Moonblast is a little bit broken, and some of those stat debuffing moves in general are a little broken. So this is just one of those cases where my opponent should have won that match. So here we get a Shadow Claw Giratina on the lead. Cresselia is likely going to lose this because I never shield my Cresselia in this matchup, and usually Giratinas will shield once, so we do see a shield come up there. They're going to go for another Shadow Sneak here. So going to be able to get to one more Moonblast, and then the Cresselia is likely going to go down. So damage does go through there. We get the attack debuff, so that's pretty good because it's going to force them to throw some energy onto us. Otherwise, we'd be getting to another Moonblast. And now we can come in quite safely with Obstagoon and start farming up a bunch of energy. So they're getting off a Dragon Claw here, but they've been debuffed, so it isn't going to do a ton of damage, and these Shadow Claws are going to do nothing, so I'm going to build up some extra energy. I tried to throw right before they got to the next Dragon Claw, but I was just slightly off on the count, so unfortunately I was not able to get the Night Slash off before they threw. So kind of unfortunate. If given that, it would have been actually better if I had been able to farm up some more energy. But Swampert's coming in. We're going to go for Night Slashes here. we've got a shield advantage, so this is pretty favorable for Obstagoon with the shield advantage, and it's really good for us to face this Swampert now, rather than have our Charizard face it. So, gonna go ahead and shield. I really want to make sure that I am able to win, or do some more damage to this Swampert from Obstagoon. Gonna get off the Night Slash here. This is going to get the Swampert very low, and we should be able to come in with Charizard and farm it down. Oh, actually, I commit to the farm down with Obstagoon. That's also fine. Registeel coming in, gonna go for the Night Slash right away, and then I'm gonna swap out into Charizard, and there's really no play for my opponent. I've still got a shield, and it's gonna be one Blast Burn to take him out, so they go ahead and surrender. So, pretty good match there. Anytime you are able to line up Charizard against a Registeel, you're in a really good situation. So, Giratina again on the lead. This is another Shadow Claw variant, so playing this basically the same way. Happy to lose Switch advantage, but win Shield advantage, which is basically what will happen. I'll always be able to get to 2 Moonblasts, and if they don't shield, then I'll win Switch, and if they do shield, then I'll win Shield advantage. So get the debuff again, getting a lot of debuffs from that Moonblast. Again, not super thrilled with that aspect of PvP. I think it's a little bit too random. Able to get actually to another Moonblast here because we got the debuff, so that's really good for us. This is going to get the second shield, so this puts us in quite a strong position, and we got a second debuff. So I'm going to bring in Obstagoon, but they're almost certainly going to swap out here, and they do swap out into Swampert. So this is fine for us. We definitely want to keep Charizard away from that Swampert, so going to stay in this matchup, going for these Night Slashes. Going to go ahead and shield once. A Hydro Cannon would be dealing more damage than anything coming from that Giratina. Going for another Night Slash, and going to let this Hydro Cannon come through. Does quite a bit of damage, but we can tank it. And then we're going to commit to the farm down here. I go ahead and shield. I thought I would be able to take him out, so not ideal, but we've got quite a bit of energy on our Obstagoon for whatever's coming back in. And it is the Giratina, so that is totally fine. This isn't going to take us out, and we are going to go ahead and go for a Night Slash. And then we're going to swap into Charizard, and unfortunately they had enough for 2 Ancient Powers. I didn't think that they would have 2 Ancient Powers, so that does a ton of damage. Really would have been better to absorb that on Obstagoon, but it's a Registeel on the back, so that is good news for us. We're still not quite within Flash Cannon range, I don't think, and we are able to connect with the Blast Burn. So that does a ton of damage, able to take out the Registeel, and actually, sorry, not take it out, my opponent just surrendered. So, again, lining up the Charizard against the Registeel, when that happens, you're in a good situation. So here, get the Clefable on the lead. This is pretty good, because I definitely don't want to see Clefable against my Obstagoon, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast. They do go ahead and shield, so that is just fine. Happy to get shield advantage. That's going to give my Charizard a better chance to really inflict some pain. Moonblast going through, that does connect. No debuffs, but that's totally fine. We're going to let Cresselia tank this Moonblast, and they actually swap out into Empoleon, so we're going to be able to get to this Moonblast just in time, and then we can bring in Obstagoon. And we actually do get the debuff there, so that's quite good for us. Not going to shield. This Hydro Cannon is debuffed, so I want to see how much it does. It doesn't do a ton of damage, so farming up a bunch of extra energy. Really should have hit that Night Slash just a little bit earlier, so not super thrilled that I let that come through, but not going to shield again. And this is going to take out the Empoleon, and we're able to not get to that other Night Slash. I really need to shield, but that's fine because we can farm all the way down now with Charizard. And they are able to get to a charge move, but I can go ahead and shield. That's totally fine. I know it's going to be resisted, but I want to keep my Charizard a little more healthy. And they have a Charizard in the back. So I'm going to go for Blast Burn first. Going to be doing more damage than Dragon Claw, even though it is resisted. And they don't shield, so that's great. Going to go again for a Dragon Claw now. A Blast Burn would be taking them out, so they're definitely going to shield this. They do go ahead and shield. And I was going to go for the sack swap there, but not able to get it, so going to go ahead and shield instead. And then I'm able to get to the Blast Burn here. I think Dragon Claw would have been enough to take them out, but just to be safe, go for the Blast Burn. It will take out the Charizard, and that's going to be a GG. Alright, so 4 for 4 so far. Let's get into this 5th match of the set and see what we can do. So coming up against a Melmetal on the lead, that's not great for us, but going to stay in here with Cresselia because Cresselia is going to be able to handle the charge moves from Melmetal. Melmetal is actually a pretty big problem for this team because Superpower for Obstagoon and Rock Slide for Charizard are both doubly super effective, so they pretty much one-shot either of them, so I kind of need to stay in this matchup. And then this is just going back and forth. I'm hoping to get the debuff. I don't think it's enough, even if I do get it. Going to go for Future Sight here, because if it means if I'm able to get to another charge move, it will really apply some shield pressure. They're able to get to another charge move, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to get to another one. I think I'm just barely not going to make it. Yeah, not going to make it here. I could have shielded to get there, but didn't really think that was worth it. I think it's better to come in with Charizard and farm down, acknowledging that I will have to shield once with Charizard, but I will have a bunch of loaded energy. So have a bunch of loaded energy. It's a Swampert coming in. Going to go ahead and swap into Obstagoon. I want to keep my Charizard away from that Swampert if I can. And my opponent drops the Hydro Cannon. So that's pretty good for me. And they're actually staying in this. So I'm just going to get as much damage as I possibly can onto this Swampert. Night Slash is going through. They are shielding. So that tells me something that they have something weak to Obstagoon in the back. So that's totally fine. Because I'm just going to try and chip away. Going to invest the shield on the Earthquake. And I get the boost here. So this is really good. I think that I can survive this Hydro Cannon. It's certainly going to be close, and it is. And I get the Night Slash off, and they swap into Mewtwo. So that is totally fine. That does quite a lot of damage. Going to swap right away and go for Blast Burn. This is going to be getting the Mewtwo very low, and we should be able to take it out with Fire Spins now. And we are able to take it out with Fire Spins. Going to go for the Dragon Claw as soon as the Swampert comes back in. Again, I should have gone for Blast Burn. It does more damage, but that's totally fine because one more Fire Spin does take them out. So that's a GG. Alright, so able to go 5 of 5 there. Much better set with Charizard. Had better luck in terms of the matchups that I got, and I also think I just played a little bit better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. And yeah, hopefully I'll have another team that I can showcase for you guys.